Guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Before we go on to our 6 stories, it is a sad day unfortunately for Wigan Warriors and Rugby League as a whole, as Maurice Lindsay has passed away at the age of 81 years old. A pioneer who transformed the way that the sport is run, Lindsay joined Wigan in 1980, and his impact was pivotal to the club's great success. He recruited such figures as Ellery Hanley, Dean Bell, Andy Farrell, Dennis Betts, Joe Lydon, Jason Robinson and Martin O'Fire amongst others. The club went on to win 8 successive Challenge Cups, multiple league titles, plus the World Club Challenge and also the World Sevens. So, lots of tributes have been pouring out for the man that was also a chair of Wigan Athletic and also Preston North End during his period away from Wigan Warriors. First of all, Ralph Rimmer. Speaking glowingly about one of his predecessors, he said, "The strength of his personality was critical to Wigan's emergence as arguably the greatest club side of all time in this country. One which dominated domestically and flourished internationally, and whose impact extended well beyond rugby league. He was a unique character," Rimmer added. "He will be remembered as one of the most significant leaders in the sport's history." From Leeds Rhino side, Maurice had plenty of critics. Anyone who has a vision and has a strong will to lead will always find people who believe that they could do differently or better. But his record of success, not just on the field with Wigan, but the profile that side brought to the game, should never be underestimated, as their players and indeed the chairman himself became household names across the country. Telling words from Leeds chairman Gary Hetherington, who pays tribute to Maurice Lindsay also. The chairman of Super League, Ken Davies, said, "Super League sends its deepest condolences to the family and friends of Maurice at this very sad time. His impact on the game cannot be overstated. Rugby League in this country wouldn't be in the position it is in now without him and his vision for the sport." Lindsay also had a stint as the team manager of Great Britain in the early 1990s, but it was as chief exec of the new European Super League where the former bookmaker steered Northern Hemisphere Rugby League into the new era. Negotiating fearlessly with Australian media magnate Rupert Murdoch, he brokered a deal to deliver a lucrative TV contract and a game-changing switch to Summer Rugby League. A colourful character, his passion for the sport and life in general endeared him to not only to his many friends he helped behind the scenes, but to such high-profile personalities such as singer Diana Ross, plus TV stars Bruce Forsyth and Michael Parkinson, who he became close friends with. Preston North End tweeted out themselves, "We are saddened to hear about passing of former chairman Maurice Lindsay. Our thoughts are with Maurice and his family and friends at this sad time." During the period at Preston North End, he was chairman alongside his another good friend Trevor Hemmings. The two shared a great love of football and horse racing, but it will be his contribution to Rugby League which Lindsay will be most remembered best for. Wigan Warriors posted their own tributes and multiple tributes on their website, so please go and visit them. But the image that gets me is this one. Maurice Lindsay stood on the terraces at Central Park, the place where he made Wigan a countrywide knowledgeable team and also socially accepted. Let's go through the 6 stories that you should know from the world of Rugby League. I know I'm the one that determines this information, but it's good information. And we start off that there is a debut in hand this weekend, and Anthony Milford returns after his 7-month NRL absence after being named in Newcastle's side to face his old team Brisbane Broncos this weekend, with the 27-year-old hoping for a fresh start after the assault charge ordeal that he went through. Milford was picked up by the Knights in April after moving to South Sydney. Saw the deal collapse due to an assault charge being laid against him for an alleged incident in Brisbane last September. The NRL refused to register Milford's one-year deal with the Rabbitohs due to the charges, but he was able to join the Knights after being cleared in April. Knights coach Adam O'Brien has named Milford to start at 5'8" for Thursday night's game against the Brisbane Broncos, where the ex-Queensland State of Origin representative made over 150 appearances in the 7 seasons that he was with the Broncos. While Milford was full of praise for Newcastle during this entire ordeal, and as they were waiting to sign the halfback, he laid some special praise for one individual in particular, and that was Wayne Bennett. Bennett's character reference was crucial to his former player's success in court, and the former Broncos halfback could be a crucial signing for the Dolphins when they debut next season. My manager had some talks with the Dolphins, Milford said. It was massive to have Wayne on my side. Through the whole drama, he always called me and checked on my welfare in that 6-month period. I'm grateful to have someone like him and the advice he gave me. He didn't have to check on me through that time. He was busy himself, but he always found time for me, which I will never forget. In what has been a woeful start to the season for Canterbury, it has been announced that head coach Trent Barrett is stepping down from his position with immediate effect. In a statement, Canterbury-Bankstown Bulldogs head coach Trent Barrett has today stood down from his role, effective immediately. We would sincerely like to thank Trent for all his hard work and efforts over the past 18 months in what has been a very difficult time for the club. As this is a challenging time for all parties, the club would like to respect Trent's privacy and wish him all the best for the future. There was a sense of optimism in pre-season as the Bulldogs recruited heavily ahead of its 2022 NRL season, bringing in the likes of Josh Adokar, Matt Burton, Tavita Pangai Jr. and Paul Vaughan to the club. But results haven't gone their way, and this sees the Bulldogs bottom of the NRL ladder and with a minus 125 points differential after 10 rounds in the league. Bulldogs boss Phil Gould had declared that he had no intention of sacking on outgoing head coach Trent Barrett after the sword fell on him on Sunday night after just 2 wins from their 8 this season. Gould has come under fire after declaring that Barrett will be the coach of the Bulldogs long after I'm gone on Channel 9's 100% Footy just weeks ago before Sunday's announcement. Barrett reported to Port Macquarie to attend the funeral of his good friend Shane Millard's father. Gould said that the two had a lengthy conversation before Barrett tendered his resignation on Sunday. Gould said it was Trent's decision. I certainly wasn't going to sack him. It's sad it's come to this. I think the performances and pressure, he got the feeling he didn't have the situation for what was going on, or the solutions for what was going on. When a coach loses his job like this, or is forced to feel he has to resign, we all feel like we have failed. Gould said that it was a lengthy and raw conversation where Barrett poured his heart out over the pressures he felt as coach of the Bulldogs, still marred in the bottom of the ladder. That's how we felt at the time. He made the decision on Sunday night. It was a roller coaster through Saturday and Sunday, he said. Late last night, after I finished the commentary on 9, we had a long discussion. It was a very difficult discussion, and it was pretty raw. He poured his heart out a bit, and he put his heart into the job. It's sad the way it has ended. Hopefully he finds a bit of respite now, and a bit of peace. He wants to end speculation and any pressure on the board to make a decision. So he took it upon himself to resign. Barrett's coaching spell at the Bulldogs is his second coaching spell in the NRL, after a time in 2016 to 2018 where he was the Manly Seagulls boss also. Naden has joined Trent Barrett in the exit loud at struggling NRL club Canterbury, granted an immediate release to join the West Tigers on a 2-year deal. The decision means the 26-year-old, who only joined the Bulldogs from Penrith at the end of last year, could immediately face his former club when the teams face at the Letchfield Oval on Friday night. Naden was on Tuesday named as a reserve for the Tigers and is a chance to play against the Bulldogs, who sit last on the ladder. The outside back, who was part of the Parramatta's 2020 Grand Final team, scored 1 try in 8 appearances for the Bulldogs. Canterbury's poor start to the campaign led to Barrett quitting the club as head coach on Monday, as he had just won 5 of the 34 matches in charge. Naden's exit doesn't seem to be the only one. After the Barrett departure, with former player and assistant coach Steve Turner not named among the off-field staff in Tuesday's team list, and high-performance manager, pictured on the right, Dan Farris, who worked with Barrett at Manly, is reportedly to have been let go by the Bulldogs. Star recruit Matt Burton is another who is expected to depart Canterbury. The 22-year-old has an option in his favour for the final years of his 2-year deal and would be free to talk to other clubs if he decides to quit the Bulldogs at the end of the season. Fellow newcomers Matt Duffy and Paul Vaughan have been linked with the moves to English Super League, with neither having a deal on the table from the Bulldogs beyond this season. And it's reported that a deal has been agreed for next season, that Duffy will join the Warrington Wolves. Sticking with the Bulldogs, dual premiership winning Canterbury fullback Mick Potter is the front runner to take control of the team for the remainder of the season as the club's caretaker coach, following the departure of head coach Trent Barrett. Sources with knowledge of the situation told the Herald that Potter is expected to ask to leave his job as coach of the feeder club Mounties in the New South Wales Cup to take over as the NRL side's coach for the remainder of the year. Potter last coached in the NRL at the West Tigers for 2 seasons before the club opted against extending his contract following the 2014 campaign. Potter, who had a 50% record win rate in his time at coaching in Super League and the NRL, as seen here as a coach of Bradford Bulls, is coincidentally expected to begin his Bulldogs coaching stint on Friday against his former team, the West Tigers, before seeing out the season. The 58-year-old played 80 times for the Bulldogs over 6 seasons between 1983 and 1988. He became the first fullback to win the Daily M medal whilst at the club and featured in Canterbury's premiership winning triumphs in 1984 and 1985. Potter has gone on to coach all around the world since his retirement at from Rugby League in 1996. His first coaching position was with the Catalans Dragons in 2006. He then moved on to St Helens and then on to Bradford, before returning to Australia for his first head coach role with the West Tigers in 2013, when he replaced Premiership winning veteran coach Tim Sheens. His time at Tigers was overshadowed by the handling of Benji Marshall, who left the club under Potter's watch to sign for Super Rugby franchise Auckland Blues. The Bulldogs will now, however, look to find a coach for 2023 and beyond, with General Manager Phil Gould saying that the club need an experienced man to do the job in the future. In club disciplinary news, 3 Super League clubs have been fined for breaches of operational rules relating to misbehaviour in the 2022 season so far. Castleford Tigers have been fined £5,000, which £3,000 is suspended until the end of 2024 season following incidents in 3 away fixtures. At Hull KR on February the 25th, Huddersfield Giants on March the 12th, and the Challenge Cup tie at Leeds Rhinos on March the 26th. In their part in the incident, Hull KR have been, with Castleford that is, Hull KR have been fined £2,000. The activation of a suspended £2,000 fine imposed for operational rule breaches in 2021 season relating to supporter bad behaviour, with a further £2,000 suspended until the end of 2023 relating to their home game, as mentioned, at Castleford in February 25th. Warrington Wolves, however, have agreed to pay the cost of £3,000 for the damage done to visiting supporters' coaches after their home fixture against Castleford Tigers on February the 17th, with an additional fine of £2,000 imposed for failing to adopt appropriate measures to controlling the behaviour of spectators. That fine has been suspended until 2023. The fine could have been a lot worse for Castleford Tigers, but the Super League have made in their statement the club's efforts in tackling the misbehaviour of a small number of supporters, which include a violent incident in Hull KR and letting off flares at Leeds and Huddersfield, have been recognised. Castleford have agreed to spend an extra £2,000 with the specific purpose for improving spectator behaviour. This prompted Castleford Tigers to release this part into the statement on their website, which include everything that was mentioned in the RFL's statement. Following the RFL statement, Castleford Tigers would like to reiterate that we as a club have a zero tolerance policy for any antisocial behaviour. Due to the actions of a small minority of people, we at the Tigers have spent thousands of pounds resolving issues due to antisocial behaviour. Castleford Tigers would like to reiterate that a large majority of the supporters represent our club well and with pride, and we don't wish to tarnish that reputation and fantastic support. Warrington Wolves also issued a statement which was much more severe. The club has taken subsequent preventative actions at every home game since to counteract any potential antisocial behaviour. However, a small selection of supporters have continued to cause issues on match days, which have been flagged to our attention and, following investigations, resulted in bans. We would like to remind supporters that flares and smoke bombs are strictly prohibited at all stadiums. Any fan caught in possession will be ejected and subsequently ban issued. The presence of sniffer dogs will be around the ground at Thursday's Betfred Super League game against St Helens due to this. At away grounds, we kindly remind supporters that they represent the club and should respect the ground regulations at our fellow Super League club stadiums. Monetary fines are usually damaging for a club, along with the impact of on our reputation within the game. We thank our fans for their support and ask for cooperation as we strive to make the Halliwell Jones Stadium a safe place to enjoy the greatest sport of all. A few weeks ago, it seemed like it was a done deal for Matt Parcell with regards to a return to the NRL and former club Brisbane Broncos. However, he has now completed a U-turn on the matter by signing a new 2-year deal at Hull KR, which will keep him at the club until the end of 2024, 2 seasons into the new head coach Willie Peters' initial 3-year deal at the club. This makes Parcell a bedrock for the side going forward and their new era. Parcell joined the Robins midway through the 2019 season as Leeds swapped him for Sean Hunt to open quota space for the arrivals of Rob Louis and Reece Martin to the club. This was less than 24 months after winning the grand final with the Rhinos and being named in the Dream Team, as well as setting a new record for try scoring in a season for the acting halfback position. He's enjoyed plenty of success at Hull KR, being central to their Super League semi-final appearance last season, and looks set for more now he's committed to the club, despite what Chief Executive Paul Larkin claimed was genuine NRL interest. Speaking on a new deal through the club website, he said, "The club has been brilliant to me since I've been here. The group of guys we have, it's a joy coming to training and getting to play with them every week. I'm really enjoying where I'm at." I had a really good chat with Willie Peters the other day. It was good to speak to him on how he doesn't want to change too much about my game, and now how he wants the team to play. He'll have his spin on it and then add what he wants from the team. He, speaking of Peters, really enjoys my running game and he wants to keep that going. That's a big thing for me. I think that's where I play at my best and what I excel at. That's where Tony Smith has been brilliant with me too. The last couple of years have been quite tough with COVID and not seeing the family for a while, but after speaking to Willie Peters, I was really excited by the chat and his vision for the team, so that made my decision a lot easier. Since I've started at the club, it's progressed a lot on and off the field. I think to continue to be part of that is brilliant. Going into last year, we weren't a team many were thinking would be at the top of the table, but internally, we were really confident. It's a really good group of guys. We all play for each other, and we all love each other's company. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as we need to get the word out in Rugby League. I won't ask you what your stories you like from today's episode. I will ask for your favourite Maurice Lindsay story. My favourite was the 1994 Football World Cup. And he was the one that arranged it for Diana Ross to be in the opening ceremony and tried to score a penalty, but she missed. English touch there. Anyway. Yep, he was friends with Diana Ross. Anyway. You tell me in the comments below what your favourite Maurice Lindsay story is, whether it's from Preston, Wigan Athletic, Wigan Warriors, the RFL, Super League, whatever. Even if it was something in the street. What was one of the best stories you've heard? Anyway. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. And please stay safe. I'm wishing you all the best. And I'll see you in the next episode.